Welcome. I'm Dr. Laura Ciel.
I'm Bill Poett, and together we are the Doctor and the Poet.
Doctor and the Poet. So, one thing we know is if you're here and if you're watching this right now, or listening to this right now, there's something about the work that we do that resonates deeply with you. Maybe
you're curious.
You're curious. Maybe you saw a Doctor and the Poet training on Facebook. Maybe you are a part of the movement already, or maybe you're friends with someone who's in the academy or in the movement, and you just want to know a little bit more. So we wanted to take this opportunity to briefly talk about, because you can read all the details on what the academy has to offer. We want to talk about
why we love it,
and why it really is at the heart of everything we do. I guess I would start off by saying we have a core group of people in the academy who are seeing changes in their lives that they didn't even imagine when they started in the work. And this isn't just about a material thing on the other side. This is not like a woo-woo manifesting type of course. This is a course about stepping up and making a change in your life. And that's why it is such a part of the Mindful Creators movement.
It reflects, the three core values are, this is literally a training area for a new way of being. Everyone who's joined the academy has said, I'm done being afraid. I refuse to feel shame over who I am. I'm going to fulfill my potential, and I'm really going to serve the world, but I'm going to serve the world in integrity. I'm going to make sure that I am whole, and I am healthy, and I am in love. And so this training academy really represents the best of Dr. Ciel and my's 50 years of combined research in how do we reprogram our minds? How do we change? How do you functionally change old patterns and old behaviors? Because we know some of you guys feel stuck.
And then what happens when you do change those things?
God, and what's so exciting is in the private community. So what happens is when you join the academy, we have a private group on Facebook. We have an online training center that has, and there's more details below, but videos, audios, guided meditation. There's a playbook, so you have daily exercises. And the concept of training is, it's like, yeah, Bill and Laura, I love the idea of love over fear and integrity over shame, and I love the idea, but I don't know how to do it. And this course, and it's a lifetime membership.
Or you might know how to do parts of it, or other parts you may feel a little bit weaker on, and I kind of cut you off.
No, but that's okay. I mean, so imagine enrolling in a university, an academy, where you are really learning the skill sets of how to be a whole human, coming from love, finding out what your gifts are. Here's what's really exciting. Your gifts are unlike anyone that's ever walked the face of the earth.
You know all those bits and pieces that we talked about. If you're part of the movement, we talked about bits and pieces kind of being left along the way. It's really about how do you bring all of that together and really have a sense of integrity of all of who you are.
Can you imagine being a group, being a part of a tribe, a community, a family where every single person has made a commitment to love, to support, to be in integrity? No one in the academy needs anything from anybody. We're really there to, again, pull ourselves into integrity and show up. Show up for ourselves, show up for our partners, show up for everyone training together.
And it doesn't mean perfect, and it doesn't mean it all looks one particular way.
No.
So, we mentioned, and if you're part of the movement, we talked about the fact that you're not alone. If you're someone who desperately wants to see the world differently and want to see more love and want to move more in love, you're not alone.
Yeah.
And it also isn't too late. How people say
it's never too
late. It's never too late, because you can start, and hopefully you've gone through the videos in the movement and you've started to see little shifts and changes. It's never too late. And then we have people who are like, I never finish anything, or I have self-sabotaging characteristics, I have perfectionism, whatever it is, it's all okay. And we know because other people have come in, and I've been doing this work for a long time. Bill's been doing this work for a long time. I know some of those, right? He knows some of those, and
we've had to overcome them,
right?
You know, and we're
training.
still training.
So there isn't something. I guess what I'm saying is there isn't something that's going on with you that would prevent you from doing this work. Whether you've got health issues going on, whether you're having trouble even getting out of bed. I mean, there's you can do this work so powerfully wherever you are right now. So I just wanted to remind you that especially in the academy where it's very focused and there's a community. I mean, the movement is a community, but there's something about the academy where people have just committed to doing all they can in the time they have, because we don't know how long we're going to be here.
It's
right?
really, it's deeper. To be in the movement is a beautiful thing. To be in the academy says, I'm going to make this
I'm
my,
in.
I'm in. I
in.
am going to train. I'm going to embody. I'm going to move in the world in all of the love, all of the integrity, and all of the light I can. And you know, what's so cool about the training, we have team members all over the world. And we have team members of every age, college kids and 80-year-olds. And you can access the training on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer. And there's so many modalities between the guided meditations that we share, the videos that we offer. We do live training cycles. And it's just, the truth is, just read right below us. We have a bunch of testimonials. It's almost better to have team members share why this has been such a powerful gift to them. So
I want to share that, for example, so these are just some small examples, team members, and then we'll share a little something too. I've had people who kind of live life with a lot of worry, a lot of stress, a lot of overwhelm, and that's how they've kind of entered into all activities, whether it be parenting, whether it be at work, whether it be their own personal selves. And just through one aspect of this training, so you can read below about all the different modalities, right? And that is meditations. Have started, and these are people who don't meditate, right? Or haven't up until now. These are like a visualization meditation. So they're guiding you in the entire process that we teach, but in a really, you know, some people, or let me just say, so some people who have a lot of that anxiety have listened to these meditations every day for, I think after 6-7 days, we get feedback that just that alone.
huge shifts
In how he or she interacts with their children, their grown children, their colleagues at work, and that they're noticing, although everything's not, you know, we never promise, like, well, you do this and everything's gonna be perfect.
Right.
But they're noticing these small changes that are coming from actions that they're taking, right? So that's just one modality in what we do. Other people have said having the guided. Now you might be joining, and there's not going to be a guided process by us for a little bit longer. Well, we have people who joined in the middle of our guided training, did work on their own in the book, and showed up in the Facebook and saw huge changes before they even started the guided process. We have people who aren't on social media very much and have seen incredible shifts and changes in their life. And
just through the playbook, just through the exercises in the playbook.
And this is the things that they experience, and I put myself in there too, is a greater sense of peace, a greater ability to pause before saying something that you might regret later, and a greater sense of the big picture of what you want, not just for you, for your family, for the you know, for the community and for the world, the entire world.
You're going to learn that there is an aspect of you that's fully realized, that has taken all of your potential, all of your gifts, and really fulfilled them. And as you connect to that idea of you, this new story, this new way of being, you get to start moving in that direction, and the old patterns and the old habits. Some of us later in life started new relationships, and I made a commitment to myself, I wasn't going to bring my old story into this new, beautiful relationship. And I didn't necessarily know how to do that until I had these tools. And it's such a gift to start fresh, to be in your 50s and in your 60s, and be able to go out into the world and say, I'm going to write my story in a way that's really beautiful, in a way that honors who I am, and in a way that serves the world. So that's what it really means to be a mindful creator.
And you know, from just to share a personal part of my journey, is I lived for many years really trying to do the right thing and wanting to be seen as good and loving, and you know, it's not like that's bad, but the thing is that I was changing who I was to try to get that acceptance, and I was changing who I was to try to get that love, and then I would beat myself up because I had that perfectionist thing going on as well, that I was failing at it, and so I would try harder to do it the way that other people wanted, and I was feeling so much stress every day. I mean, waking up with it or not sleeping and being anxious about this and trying to and worrying about what might happen and what about this and what about that. And so I mindfully, and this is what this is about, through regular practice of being grateful to reconnecting with who I am, which is really what the Academy, you know, core of the Academy, and then being mindful, and that means stopping before reacting and really checking back in with what do I really want? And I don't mean what do I really want, like material things. What I really wanted is I wanted more peace in my life. I mean, I was all torn up inside, overwhelmed, stressed out, anxious, and just thought, God, like I can't do this for another 20 years, another 30 years, another 40 years. And the sense of peace doesn't mean everything's perfect. The sense of peace and the joy is just worth it's worth every single moment of the training that I have done.
So here's what we promise, and it's a literal guarantee. We have never had a client join the team and do the work and not experience profound shifts in terms of the amount of love that they feel, that sense of calm, that sense of integrity, and their capacity to serve the world in a beautiful way. We guarantee that.
And co-create amazing relationships, because if you don't know, we're also in a personal relationship, and if I hadn't done my work and he hadn't done his work, we would not be able to co-create such a yummy relationship. So it also sets you up for co-creating really beautiful relationships.
So if you are interested, we would love to have you in the Academy. The Academy is our advanced training course. It's a lifetime membership. It works in 6-week cycles that are either self-guided or you can go through them with us, and you have your membership forever, which means all of the upgrades and everything we add to the program you're going to get, and you're going to be a part of this movement.
And you get to do it because there's not an end point. I mean, there's an end point to the cycle, right? There's an end point to the cycle, and we celebrate that. And there's also acknowledgement that we're always expanding, we're always growing. Every moment we have an opportunity to expand and grow. So we would love to have you be a part of the Academy if it resonates with you. And if you have any questions, we have some, frequently asked questions down below that you can check. Feel free to ask. You can ask on the movement, Mindful Creators movement page, because there are a lot of Academy members.
You can actually ask questions right underneath this
video,
because we're here to serve. We love you guys. Just personally, I'm so proud of this Academy and the impact. That was always my dream. How can I serve the world? How can I reconnect to my gifts, and how can I grow? That's what we're here. This is okay. So what's that movement? To co-create a conscious shift of humanity out of fear, shame, and blame, and into love, into integrity and service. And this Academy will help you create and experience that faster than any other process we know. So.
And be with a bunch of people who are doing the same thing.
Fun, sexy, awesome, loving people.
But not perfect.
Nobody's
and
perfect.
And all different.
Right.
And everyone's showing up as who they are.
Right. So if it resonates, join the Academy. You're part of the movement. Thank you for being a light in the world.
Yes, thank you.
See you guys in the training.